Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica, and recently one idea was kind of bugging me, and I know that there is a tree house in The Sims 4. The tree house we have is the one from the Growing Together pack, and it's kind of like an item. It's just an item, so it's not like a complete functional house. Your Sims can sleep in there, but they can use the bathroom. There is no kitchen. They can just hang out in there. And this item is, I imagine it's mostly for kids. But I want to make like a different kind of tree house because like in this tree house, I would not go for a vacation into this tree house. And now as it is summer, I think I'm kind of in a vacation mood right now. So I was thinking that I might build some sort of like complex where we will have several tree houses, like a couple, maybe three of them, and we will have like main cabin on the lot where maybe all of the utilities are gonna be. So like your Sims will stay in the tree house itself, but they will also be able to go like into the common area where they can hang out, spend some time, and take care of their needs. To build a tree house, I think I'm gonna use like that little trick when you just build a second floor and you can like level it up and down wherever you want to do that. And this house will be a vacation rental all the time. So I at first actually thought to make like a tiny tree house, but then I thought that if I'm gonna make it a vacation rental, there is no reason for me to make it tiny because anyway it will not give us any perks. So to the tree house. I was thinking that we might have like several trees kind of spread out around the lot. I think that in every single one of the cabins, I want to make at least a balcony because I just think that that's gonna look maybe a little bit more cute if we have one than if we don't. And it's gonna be like a front porch at the same time, so that it's gonna be a little bit easier for your Sims to get up all the way out here. And I want to raise them on different heights so that maybe one of the houses is a little bit higher than all of the others, or maybe all different way around, like who knows. I'm just not sure yet how I really want to split it all out. And maybe actually this one is gonna be like the topper, the highest one, like in the background, the one in the background. And I will need to think of something to fix the fact that this branch sticking inside because I don't like that. Maybe this one can even have like a sort of a wraparound porch out here. And I think the third one is gonna be like the simplest one is just gonna be like a directly straight cabin, which I'm gonna make a little bit wider than all of the others because I think that I want to fit a double bed in here. So this one should be the biggest one, and maybe this one will have like two trees attached to that. So that's like my idea for placement of the cabins themselves. And as for the houses themselves, I think that I'm gonna go for like very simple shapes. Like we are gonna have like this simple cabin in the wood vibe out here. And I think that I should leave the porches open, even though I know that in Granite Falls it's usually quite rainy if you have seasons, so it's gonna be a little bit annoying if I do it like that. But maybe I should not care about that because like I'm not gonna place all that much stuff out on the porch. And I think that I will still make quite some things to do inside towards the each of the house. I think that we are gonna have a ladder. I not wanna stick out here complete stairs. I think that ladders are gonna be more than enough. And I think that I'm gonna go for mostly like dark brown wood. And I'm kind of imagining as if these stairs and these trees are sort of a stilts where the house stands. And for all of the others, I was thinking I should maybe. I have actually a genuine question for myself whether I should use these columns from Horse Ranch or maybe these like stilt like columns from the Horse Ranch. Or I was thinking about this wooden one from the Werewolves, and also I was thinking about this one from the outdoor retreat pack, and I don't know what I should use. For the horse ranch stills, I kind of like the way that they have like this rustic dark wood swatch, and I like this is chopped wood out here, but I'm very unsure about that. So I think that I might go for this like dark horse ranch, and I'm gonna stick at least one of the columns in every single one of the corners as if it's like holders of the house, as I have said. And maybe somewhere in the middle, like a randomly placed one, as if these whole three houses are custom built. So that is like our tree houses. So we have this part kind of figured out. And I think as I'm using horse ranch already, I kind of can get away with using these fences on the outside as for our private porches. And I think that as we have the trees, I will need to kind of cut them out on the inside so that they do not bother me all that much. So I'm gonna just use like this, fence them in on the inside. I think that that's not bad. That kind of should be okay. Of course, for these parts, it's kind of gonna be a little bit silly, and I think that that should be like a kid's room, or I don't know. I still did not figure that out. Maybe I should shrink that. That's gonna fix the problem. And I know that it's the same tree three times, but is that so bad? I don't think so. So that's what we are gonna have. That's so much better. And now I think what I need to do is we'll need to figure out our main cabin out here. And for this main cabin, I'm not sure. I was thinking about making some sort of like windy path toward the edge of the lot. So I think that we should make like our entrance to the cabin like on the side. That's apparently is gonna be some sort of a necessity here. And I think that I will need to have a slight bump out, maybe to place the kitchen out here. And I should raise it up a bunch. And I think I'm gonna stick that on the stilts because I think that that's gonna be the easiest option for me. Like just like that, so that we have that, it's gonna be out here. And maybe we can stick some sort of like granny's bedroom, I don't know, or maybe kids' bedroom because you cannot bring infants or toddlers up the ladder. And to say right away, I don't think that I should make it all that accessible for infants and toddlers because it's not gonna go that way. It's not. Just not. Just trust me, I'm not gonna make it that way. That it's gonna be fitting for infants and toddlers and all of these little ones. And I just feel like these tree houses are the thing that so many people have already built so many times. And here I am like, oh, I'm gonna make a new thing, but it's new for me, so that's what I'm thinking. And I'm gonna make like a step away from my rule of 3 steps up toward the front door. In here we are gonna have more. And that is because I just think that it's a little bit more practical to raise our house like a bunch when we are in the woods. And I think we need to figure out the color scheme for all of the exteriors. So I was thinking to go with the wood cabin vibes out here. So on the all of the exteriors, we might go for these log walls out around them so that it all matches, it all looks cute and fancy. So that's the vibe now. And for the most of the exterior color scheme, I think that I should go for dark brown trim so that it all matches too, and so that it doesn't clip in some unnecessary spaces. And for the roof, I was thinking about this dark brown, dark almost black. Actually, not so brown, almost black, I would say. But I think it's gonna be a little bit too gloomy. What do we have on the other houses out here? Where are they? Alright, we just have some simple metal roof. Maybe we should do something like that out here too. And this kind of rustic roof actually looks kind of perfect for the treehouse, and it gives that exact vibe I was hoping for of a custom handmade treehouse maybe. And I think that in this like default rustic swatch, it's perfect. So that's what we are gonna have. And now I think I should go around and stick some of the doors because we'll need doors into all of our cabins. Like otherwise we cannot exit them. And there is one little thing I really don't like about all of these, and that is the fact that I can see this dark gray color of underside of the roof. And by the way, about the undersides, we'll need to color the ceilings out here because it will not do. It looks bad. So I'm gonna go and right away I'm gonna stick this dark color on top of our whole bottoms of our tree houses so that it's kind of like gives it a little bit of more finished vibes. These look a little bit better, so I'm gonna leave it out here. And I think that we can actually color the ceilings in all of the roofs, all of the rooms. It shouldn't be a problem for us right away. And I'm not making any kind of holes in the areas where we have trees sticking right through the houses, and that is just because I think it's so unnecessary. And by the way, about the interior, I think that every single one of them will have the same color of interior, and this is this, like the same. For me, it's the same wood log, but kind of trimmed and filled in the gaps. Like in here, we have the same, but these parts where we have like locksmithing, it just was filled with some, I don't know, warmer or stuff like that. And I think that as for the floorings, I can figure them out right away, and I was actually thinking about this horse ranch, just nailed wood just because it looks perfect for this kind of vibe. So I think, yeah, that kind of works for the exteriors. And now I think we'll need to stick out some windows. And as for the window, that's kind of a little bit of a problem for me because I don't know what kind of windows I should stick up on the house of this style. I should go and check with the neighbors, and I think that those are the basement ones. Of course, I could have used some of these horse ranch windows, and I think that they would look really nice in the main building, of course, but I just think that they are gonna look a little bit like too open, and I don't want to make this place like too open because it's gonna look a little bit cold for me. So maybe some windows like that, or maybe something like that will do much better. And for that, I think I will need to go around and figure out some of the floor plan. I think that something like that should go for our main building, like floor plan wise, so that we'll have like a kitchen out here, a couple of bathrooms, one smaller, one bigger. We'll have like a formal-ish dining room in here. I think that I might stick in here a fireplace a little bit later. I'm gonna stick it right away, but I'm gonna change it a little bit later. And out here we'll have like a living room where you can just like a chat living room. So it's like not a TV room, it's just like a chat living room. But maybe I will stick some sort of like, I don't know, maybe an old TV somewhere in the corner, so at least we will have one. And I had to add a chimney for the fireplace, so it's kind of small, it's kind of short. And I think that I'm sticking there something like a real fireplace, like a real chimney. So that looks a little bit better now. So that's gonna be like the exterior of our main building. I decided not to go for like any additional bedrooms or bathrooms in there. I think that that's gonna be a little bit too extra and we'd not really need that out there. And I think before I go too far with trying to figure out all of the rest of the furnishing, I should probably go around and landscaping it mostly, because landscaping should be like a great part of this build. So my idea was to make like mostly this kind of path all the way out here, and in here we can make some sort of like a hangout area for everybody so that we all can hang out in here, spend some time, enjoy some friends. Maybe I will stick in here a fire pit, but that's not the question yet because I don't usually like sticking fire pits because they are so much of a fire hazard everywhere. And I think that now, as we have like most of these like layout figured out, I think that trees should go now everywhere, like literally everywhere. Because I kind of want to make this area a little bit more private looking, so as if nobody can be out here except for the renters, but I don't really want to fence it in because it's gonna ruin the vibe of this whole vacation thing for me. So that it truly looks like a cabin in the woods. That's why we need that many trees everywhere. And I think I should leave this pathway open relatively because it looks like it's one of the ways to get to the lot from all of the other houses. And this landscaping I'm placing now is just kind of like plotting, especially this terrain paint, because it's not gonna stay. It's just for the idea. And of course, dividing everything with the bushes. And we'll need a lot of them also underneath the trees, and tall ones especially. And we have these ones from this pack, so that's good because they are good fillers for the area. And this one with the flowers they look nice too. So I might kind of go around and line some of the pathways around here with these bushes so that I know what I'm doing. And it's gonna be very much landscaped. So if you have a PC that's on the wicked side, probably now it's time for you to understand that this build will not be for you, because if your PC is on a weaker side, probably your Sims will have some problems with using this slot. And we can actually use like a fallen tree as one way to landscape the area, or maybe a log that's actually gonna look kind of nice to divide our hangout area. I think that should look cute. So I think that maybe it's been a while since I overlandscaped something, and now I think that I kind of did it again because, yeah, we have a lot of plants everywhere around here. And now that I look at it all, I think that maybe some rocks might save the situation. And I think I can afford to stick around some rocks because we have some already. So it's kind of like etched to the lots, I think. At least I hope so. I think that some of these rocks are kind of like a nice divider between the areas where I kind of want to stick some more landscaping, or maybe between some of the pathway that I want to make a little bit more private. So they can go somewhere around here too. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but if that's such a bad thing, I kind of want to leave like the area still accessible to exit in the back out here. And I think that I don't want to stick these rocks, but maybe it's gonna be a little bit better if I'm just gonna stick out here some plain dirt or sand, or maybe some simple reddish gravel so that it kind of matches with the area around. And maybe as an underlayer, I can just use some of these like reddish, harsh dirt. And apparently, I need somebody who's gonna stop me sometimes with landscaping because I feel like I definitely did overdid it this time. And I think that some rocks will still be a good thing, at least in the fire pit area. Like, we don't need grass everywhere, we can touch it wherever. I just really think that these plain stones did look better as a terrain paint, so I'm gonna remove it from everywhere now and I'm gonna redo what I did before. So I'm gonna make it a little bit faded towards the front and a little bit more obvious wherever we are planning to walk. And I think it's all of the stones and the bushes I'm just gonna kind of like underlayer with some brown terrain paint, and that should do the trick. It usually does. And I've never been exceptionally good with terrain tools in the Sims, so sorry for that. Sorry for you being have to see that. But I kind of try to just add some shadow towards where the house is and everything else is. So that is like my idea for the exterior. I've spent too much time doing that, as I usually do. And I think that I should maybe first of all just figure out some of the stuff to do on the exterior. So as I remember, the first 5 pits we got were actually from the outdoor retreats. So it's gonna be a shame if I'm not gonna use it out here. And I think that I do not want to use these like lock sitting areas like everywhere, but we can use a couple. Maybe in not so bright wood swatch that's gonna be a little bit better. And I think that we really do need some like outdoor lighting everywhere. I'm not sure if these lights are supposed to be placed like that on the floorings, but I think I'm gonna stick them in the grass and then we are gonna imagine that they are solar powered. And I see the handle. Yes, I see the handle. They are supposed to be grabbed, so they would probably look a little bit more logically correct if I had placed them maybe somewhere on a table. But no, we are gonna stick them right that directly into the grass. And I'm sticking them everywhere where we have like an entryway towards the houses just because it's gonna be a little bit more safe if you have some sort of lightened pathway towards the house where you're spending your time. And out here, I'm not sure what else I should stick out here because that is actually quite a nice spot to hang out. So I could have stuck in here something like fire, like a bigger one, but I don't want to. We already have a fire pit. Maybe we can have out here a chess table of sorts. That should be fun. Oh, a mini fridge. That should be fun too. Like we can hang out by the fire, maybe enjoy some snacks out here. And I'm actually quite focused on using a lot of outdoor retreat out here because I just think that I like underused these packs. So there is a reason why I'm building this build exactly the way I do it right now. And I think that I should maybe stick a couple of more cozy chairs like out here. Maybe we can have something from the little campers because that is like a decent kit. But I'm not using it all that often because sometimes it's a little bit not so easy to use. And when you're making a vacation rentals somewhere in the woods, isn't it the perfect time to use little campers? I think that it is. And I would actually stick out here something that looks like a foldable chair, like that. So that's what I thought about. And I know that it kind of looks a little bit rustic and as if something was peeled on top of that, but that's all right. That will do. Maybe in this cute bear swatch, that will do. Yeah. Well, we have a cute little hangout area out here. Maybe I'm gonna stick one of the chairs like somehow out here so that your Sims will not have to sit by the fire if they want to hang out somewhere outside. And maybe we can have some sort of a easel out here, but I'm not sure. There is no that great of view out here. And I think let us go for the front porch. As for the front porch, I do not think that we'll need all that much to stick out here. I was thinking about the grill, because where else would you enjoy grilling if not out here in the wood? I'm gonna stick a grill out here on one side, and maybe a chair out here on the other side. And maybe we need more light to do all of this because it's a little bit dark. Maybe the same bench from the horse ranch we already have in the back. That kind of matches, so why don't I stick it twice? And we need some lights on top of the building because it's a little bit dark. It's gonna be a little bit dark if I don't. I think something like that out here, and I think that it should be like a good choice for every single cabin on top of the front door. And oh yeah, this build is gonna be a little bit annoying to play in. I can already tell that. But that's still gonna be fun, at least I hope so. At least I hope that if you try to play with that, you won't find any glitches I did not see. So this should be our front. And now let us go indoors. I think that we should start from the kitchen because the kitchen kind of usually settles all of other house. So in the kitchen, what I was thinking is we might use a lot of cottage living because it has wooden fridge. So that's already perfect for that purpose. And we are gonna use a lot of horse ranch, and the fact that this furniture from horse ranch is a little bit rustic is perfect for this kind of build, I think. And a couple of stools from the horse ranch as well. Maybe we should use this kitchen set out here. That's gonna look good, I hope. And I was hoping on using this stove, and maybe we can actually use the same fridge because that is kind of a good and expensive fridge, and that kind of looks ancient, so that's gonna be perfect in this orangey color. And no additional pack, so everybody wins. And if you have seasons, I did stick out here right by the front door a thermostat, so that is all gonna be kind of useful out here. And we'll need a sink. And as for the sink, I think that this one is kind of like a default version, default choice for me. And also, we need a trash can. And I think that the bucket will go perfectly, like literal bucket. That should be okay. And as for all of the kitchen decor, I think that horse ranch will come in handy with it because it has quite a lot of good kitchen decor that's gonna look cute and nice in the kitchen like that. And not an additional pack for us to use out here, so that's good too. And maybe something weird like a fruitcake should go out here, I'm not sure. Maybe a fruit bowl, that's always like a nice choice. And of course that's gonna look a little bit random in the rental, but maybe it's plastic fruit so that this rental looks a little bit more appealing on all of the ads. That should be the kitchen. Maybe some tiny little wall decor will do well. Like maybe we are over here for a holiday, and that is why we have like this holiday sign out here. And that kind of like goes with these Granite Falls area vibes, I think. So that can do out here too. And this as a menu sign. I just like putting that everywhere around because I just think that that looks kind of cute. And now let us go, I think, to the dining. Alright, I don't think that that's going to be quite a long way to go. But first thing, we need to figure out a fireplace. So for the fireplace, I think that horse ranch will go well again. It always does. And as for the dining, that should be the question because I'm not sure what I should use. So should I use this get together table or maybe this base game one? They kind of look similar, but this one has a little bit of more rustic swatch, so it looks a little bit more matching. So I think that that should go better. So that's what we are gonna have. And I want to center my dining area with this front door so that as you enter and you see the great grand dining, as to say, and of course, it's not that grand, but in my head, maybe it is. And maybe get together chairs will go well with this table, or maybe not get together. Maybe we can match it up with these base game chairs because they have like a sort of a cushion underneath your seam, so that's gonna be a little bit more comfortable for them. And I'm not gonna stick here anything like a TV or starter because I just don't want to. I don't think that that's gonna be really wise on my side if I do. But we might stick out here painting. I think that that's gonna look cute, and I try to stick it in the way that it looks as if it's standing on top of this fireplace. And maybe we can stick out here a similar one, but just in different swatch, just like that. And oh my god, we need to paint the ceilings. How I could forgot about that. I did that in every single cabin of ours, but I did not do that in the main building. My bad. That's fixed now. Pretty much it for the dining, except for the fact that we need a carpet. We need a cute rock underneath there. And I kind of like the way this laundry day one looks out here. It kind of brings into this room. It doesn't take away from that. So I'm gonna leave it out here. And now the living. I'm gonna remove everything for now. And I think we first thing we need to figure out is the carpet. And from there we will be able to go to everywhere else and figure out what we will be able to do with that. And for that, I need something big and square. And for biggest square that does match the vibes, at least slightly, it is the only thing I see right now. Or we can use something like that. That's kind of just simple. It's a little bit rustic looking, so that's not really good. But we can work with that. And for the furniture, I was thinking about the simplest choice is this basement one, and it has the same green swatch as our dining area does, so that's gonna be easy, simple. And as for the center of our whole dining room, we need coffee table, and that should be a problem. Maybe, or maybe not. It shouldn't be a problem. We can just use seasons, and that's fixed. I thought about maybe having out here a side table, maybe win one from the outdoor retreat pack. And I was thinking about using here that one tiny working TV from Eco Lifestyle that works and that is small. So I like placing the TV around sometimes so that maybe your Sims will be able to sit out here and watch some TV. And that kind of looks like that old school TV that's not too modern, nothing like too cute out here, so that it's just here and that's it. And I think that we can also benefit from a bookshelf somewhere out here behind our rocking chair, so that your Sims at least will be able to read out here. And now this rocking chair does not fit. Maybe no rocking chair out here. Maybe we can have one somewhere in one of the cabins. That's still gonna be cute. Floral lamp by the entryway. A plant in the corner. Plants will go everywhere and they will go well. And out here, I was thinking about placing some stuff just for the entryway, like a mudroom sort of area. And I think that we might benefit from something like that from the laundry day because we already use laundry day in here, or we can use something like that from the horse ranch. And that actually fits a little bit better. And if you have something like high school years or maybe dream home decorator, you can even hang in some clothes in there. So that is perfect for that. I'm gonna do that in here, and I'm gonna maybe stick some shoes down here like these ones. Maybe we will be even able to have an umbrella stand. The only problem I had with umbrella stand is that it was hiding from me. So now we have a living room, and I know that it's kind of dark and gloomy out here, and I prefer making my builds a little bit more light. And I think that I can fix that. And we still have a duck, so that's all problems solved. I'm just gonna kind of make this clutter concentrate in one corner, and that should be the whole interior of this area done. So now I think that we'll need to go to the bathrooms, and that should be easy. Like all I'm gonna stick out here is a couple of toilets, a couple of old and rustic horse ranch sinks, and for this purpose, we'll need to rethink slightly our decor in the living room because now the painting does not fit. So that means that I'm gonna switch that to something else. Maybe this plumb bob always goes well. We should always remember that we are playing The Sims and nothing else. And I think that in this tiny bathroom, I'm gonna stick out this university shower just because it's simple. Out here, I'm just gonna stick some storage so that we have some. And up here on top of the mirror, I wanted to have on top of the sink, I wanted to have a mirror and some slight clutter like some toilet paper, some towels, so that at least we have them. And that should be this bathroom done, except for the curtains. I think that I will go back later and I will go around and place curtains everywhere where I forgot to place them. And actually, for this bathroom, I was thinking to stick out here a shower tub combo. But now that I look at that, my choices are kind of limited. I think that I should use this one. Or I would actually much prefer to use some sort of a bathtub, maybe with the shower, complete standalone shower like this from the horse ranch. But I just don't think that it all will fit in one bathroom area. So maybe something like that, so that we'll have like a bath, we'll have a shower in here, and we'll also have like a toilet and a sink. And I think that as for the decor, I'm just gonna copy mostly what we have in the room next door. And I'm sticking out here two toilets, like two complete bathrooms, so that it's not gonna be a problem if you come with in here with multiple Sims. And some simple decor additions like some soap and some toothbrushes. And now that should be a completely functional bathroom. Maybe in this one we can even stick the painting that we did not manage to fit in the dining room. This one it was. Like we can have a fancy things in our bathroom, like you can look at some fancy paintings, and that should be the main house done. And now all we have left to do is all of these areas, and for all of them we'll need to figure out also what we can do out here. So I think that for this first area, I'm gonna stick out here this rocking chair I wanted to stick in the first place, but I did not manage to do that. And I think that out here on the edge, we might also have an easel. And I think that we can use these paints next to the easel so that it's gonna look a little bit more fun. And as for the inside, I think that that's going to be quite simple. So we are going to have a double bed out here, not the unlockable and not the base game necessarily. And I should remind you probably that this is the bedroom where we have the tree on the inside. So we'll need to keep that in mind. As for our side tables, I think that we can have a couple of horse ranch ones. I think that we will have a dresser out here, and I think that we might stick in here a computer because that is useful even on a vacation. Or maybe we can stick in here some sort of like a coffee nook, I would call it. But we can have in here a couple of these armchairs and some sort of tiny side table on the side. And I'm gonna stick some little decor, like maybe books, maybe even just books. And we will call that like, I don't know, a coffee nook where you can sit, you can maybe talk to each other, maybe hang out, just spend some time. Yes, in here we'll just have some books. And we need a light, a couple of them, a lot of them, because it's absolutely dark in here. And I still did not fix that. And I think that I'm gonna place in here like some entryway furniture, like some of these coat racks, and I will try to do that everywhere so that we have some clutter that kind of indicate that people come in here from the outside. And we might probably need some sort of a painting out here on top of this bed. So that should be our like primary bedroom area. So let us go to the next one. I think it's gonna be this one. It's a little bit smaller. So in here we have kind of like a two kind of distinguished areas. So I was thinking that we might stick out here a desk, and in here we can stick another double bed, but this time maybe a little bit more simple one. And I think that in here we might quite easily get away with using the one from the outdoor retreat. Maybe in this plain swatch. Maybe we can use something fun on the rock side. Another painting above the bed. And I know that it kind of is not really nice to have bed like literally in the exit, but is that so bad? I genuinely don't know because I've never had a bedroom like that. So I'm not sure if it's really so bad. Maybe I can cover the top if I just stick in here some bigger plants or bigger decor. Or maybe I just shouldn't cover it up. Maybe I should kind of just embrace the fact that we have a bedroom like right in the entryway. And maybe some sort of room divider will go well out here. And I think that this kids room one should go well because it's kind of plain, it's kind of flat so that it doesn't block away all that much space and it divides the room. So now our bed is not directly in the entryway, so we are saved. And sorry for the big interface. And I think that I have seen something, some sort of decor from Horse Ranch, and I think that I have seen some sort of a chest somewhere. And now I'm quite dedicated to find that because I think that that would be perfect to have somewhere out here as a decor. I think that I have seen this one and it's said to be a solid chest. All right, we can use it in here like that. Maybe some sort of this plant and a desk. We still do need a desk. And luckily Horse Ranch has one. And as Horse Ranch doesn't have a computer, I'm just gonna use a base game one. And I think that for the chair, I'm gonna go for a simple, something simple, like nothing too extra. Maybe Horse Ranch again, like this. I know it's like hardwood chair, so that's not really comfortable to sit on. At least it shouldn't be. And wood swatches don't match, of course. Why would they? But I think we might have in here a corkboard, like just for the time. Like when you're on vacation, maybe you're collecting some postcards and you're just sticking them out here. Future cube out here for fun, fish tank, and a desk lamp. So that's just something for it all to look at least somehow fun. And I'm gonna stick another tiny rock underneath our desk area. And we need some more lights. So I'm sticking these tiny dot lights out here. And I think that this area on the inside is kind of on the smaller side. I don't think that we'll need all that much stuff to do out here. So I think that the telescope will do. And it's outside, so it should work. And in any way, it's kind of close to run inside. So that should be kind of safe. And now we have only one last third house left to furnish. And for here, I was thinking to fit in here all the kids that are left. And that means that we'll need to have several bunk beds out here. And I have a think horse ranch ones. At least one should go up here, and we'll need a matching one to fit into the bottom. This is gonna be like a darker side. Like I think on the other side where we'll bring something a little bit brighter. But maybe we don't need bunk bed. Maybe we just need a couple of simple beds. Simple single beds. I really want to use one from the horse ranch because they come in somehow at least matching swatches. And we'll need a room divider in here as well, I think, so that we can just divide the areas, the sleeping areas of two kids. So one of them is definitely going to have a little bit more of a private area to sleep than the other one. So sorry, one of the kids. I don't even know you, but I'm already sorry. We can stick in here that cute fox lamp we have in the base game. Here it is. That's what I was looking for. I think at least one of them should have this boring rock, and the other one should have this cute sheep rack, like that. That's kind of a little bit neutralizes this red of the bed. And for the second one, maybe I do not really want to bring a speaker somewhere in the bedroom because I think that that's going to be problematic in the future. So I think that for the other one, we might have something to do. So maybe a tiny bookshelf, just like that. So that's still already something to do. And maybe some toys to have. Like we might need a Blurfy because Blurfy is just a tiny little universal guy who brings joy to all of the kids in the Sims world. So where's he? Here you are, Blurfy. You're gonna go out here. I planned out here. Maybe we can have a dollhouse because if we are bringing kids, they might as well just play some toys. That's not gonna be so problematic, I think. Side it down once so that it looks a little bit better. And yeah, I think two room dividers will do better in here. So that at least it's fair that both of them kind of have their own dedicated area for each of them. And up on the walls, I'm not sure what I should bring in the kids' bedroom. I don't want to bring anything like too screaming. I want like something a little bit more subtle in here. Maybe something like that actually. That can go a long way, I think. Kind of like remind you of the horses. Like maybe they like horses. And we might need to have something out here in the entryway, maybe some sort of a little armchair, like just the area to put on your shoes. Or maybe they like to sit and read, like who knows. Kids can be quite different, so we might stick in here as sort of a reading nook. And I know that that's like directly in the entryway, but if that's such a bad thing, and I know that maybe the layout of this room is kind of weird because in here we have like one bump out where we have a bed. In here we have a second bump out where we have a bed. So that should be maybe fine. I think that for the kids, I'm gonna stick a bench out here, like by the entryway. Maybe actually they can have a chess table because it's been so far into this build and no thoughts of the chess table. Now it's time for it to shine. So now we have one and we can even still stick some decor out here. Maybe I can stick out here something like these plants from the werewolf pack. They kind of look a little bit gloomy, but I don't know if that's such a bad thing. Oh, a bucket. I'm gonna stick it somewhere down. And with this bucket, his Sims can start water balloon fights, and that's actually a fun thing to watch sometimes. So I'm gonna stick it somewhere out here where it's kind of out of the way, but still where you can access that. And I think that for all this area, that must be actually it. So now this build, I think, must be done. Maybe except for the curtains. Now we need to stick some curtains because I completely ignored the fact that I'm not sticking curtains anywhere. But now I think that I maybe should. So I'm gonna have these tiny ones somewhere in the kitchen and in the bathroom. I think that they maybe look cute, but like not too much. And I'm imagining that you can roll them down. Actually, something from the new kit would look maybe a little bit better, I think. Yes, it does look better, so I'm gonna use that. In the living room, I don't want it to be like a lot, but I'm afraid that whatever I'm gonna stick out here, it's gonna be a lot. So maybe this horse ranch one, they do not look that much of like a lot, for me at least. And I can tie it in with some like of the green stuff I was using around here, so that's gonna look cute too. Let us go to the houses now. I think that in here our primary color in my idea was blue, but now we have only one thing that is blue in here, so I might bring it in up on the wall if I'm gonna stick out here some of the blue curtains. And I'm gonna bring it here again if I'm gonna use these curtains from the new kit. As for this bedroom, I think that I'm gonna use here similar swatch I have used in the previous bedroom. Or maybe it's gonna be just white. Maybe that's gonna tie it in a little bit better. And the same curtains from the new kit. As for the kids' bedroom, I think that I'm going to go mostly for some neutral colors because we have several colors in here just for some warmth so that it's not so dark and gloomy and not so cold in here. And the same horse ranch ones. So that must be actually it. So I think that I should give you a quick tour so that we know what we are doing around here. So as we go to this slot, it's going to be uploaded in the gallery like that. Not really appealing, I know that. And we have a couple of ways to enter this slot. One from the front up here, another one from the side out here, and one from the back down here. In here we have our main cabin where we have a front door, where we have a grill. Also in here we have a tiny little sitting area. As we go inside here, we enter a living room. I'm gonna make all of the lights a little bit warmer in this house, like on the yellow side, like that, so that it looks a little bit more cozy and it looks still nice and bright at night. And in here we have a living room. It's mostly like greenish colors in here. And from this living room, we can sit and watch TV in here, or we can sit and talk to each other in here because it's kind of like, vacation in the woods. So what else can you do up here? And from here, we can go up to this dining room. In here, you can sit, talk, eat. You can warm yourself by the fireplace. Look at the dog because I did not forget about that. And also in here, we have our kitchen. And in the kitchen, you can just cook, of course, and you can eat in here also because I decided to place in here a couple of these bar chairs. And from this main building, we have access to these two bathrooms. These are two completely functional bathrooms. They both have shower, they have toilets, they have sinks, but this one also has a bathtub. So in here, your Sims can wash themselves more thoroughly, to say so. And that's actually it for the bathrooms, and that's actually it for the main building. As we go from the main building, there is this like winged path all the way around here from where we can exit the lot in the back or on the side. And also from here, we can go towards these staircases, like not staircases, but these ladders. And the first ladder we meet is actually the ladder to the primary area. And in here we have an easel where you can paint. Also in here you can sit and enjoy your time. And as you go inside, in here we have one of the bedrooms where you can sleep, of course, where you can dress yourself up. In here we also have a mirror and conversation spot. And that's actually it for the primary bedroom. As we go to the next house, up here we have a telescope, so your Sims might die in here. And on the inside in here we have another double bed. Also in every single one of the bedrooms we have trees, and that is because they are like supportive structures of these buildings. In here we have a chest, and also in here we have a computer. So this is like more of an officey kind of a vacation vibe. So in here sits our main vacation manager because he has a computer. And also in the third tree house we have like a more of a bigger portion here. So in here you can also sit and hang out. And here you can also play some chess, look at some of these trees. And as you go inside, you kind of get that it's kids area because in here you can just sit and read the books. In here we have a couple of beds where you can sleep and some toys for them to just spend some time having fun, like playing dolls or maybe talking to the Blurfy, whatever they want to do. And they also have a tree inside because everybody has. And also on the exterior in here we have a fire pit with some sitting area just like detached from the fire pit, and we have a mini fridge outside, so it's like a cooler where your Sims can grab some food from there, so that's still useful for them sometimes. And they can warm themselves, then they can cook some marshmallows out here and hang out and spend some time. And also we have this bucket with the water balloons, so you can start a water balloon fight. So that is all kind of should be useful for you all. And I think that now I should stick this build on my gallery. So this build is going to be on my gallery. I'm posting everything on the gallery with my hashtag Loverant, which is like my YouTube name, and my gallery name is actually the same, so you can find me either way, whatever is comfortable for you. And so we have in here many cabin. We have three tree houses, and it's good for kids and above. So you can enjoy this build. So thank you all for watching, and if you like videos like that, you can subscribe to my channel. And I'm sorry for the amount of packs I used in here, but actually it's not as bad as a couple of last builds I did. So I think that this must be a goodbye. Bye guys.